Oh, man, the Miami Heat are in a quagmire. Let me tell you, Vlad, it is not going to seemingly anywhere with Damian Lillard. Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero. Remember him? Great player.
I love Gil. Got one of the best podcasts out
I
there.
was going to say, he's resurrected his career, not as a basketball player, but as a podcaster. His
Gil's
podcast
Arena?
is dope.
Gil's
He
Arena.
had Zion Williamson admitting that Zion is out of shape and eats too much and everything like that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, he had some. Yeah, people didn't like the answer, but
Well, I mean, he got it out of him. It gives him. But Gil don't play around, man. Agent Zero does not play around. He was recently talking about the Miami Heat and what they have done or lack there, what they have done this offseason.
hold on, give me a second here.
No worries.
Person go. Two guys go. Who was it? It was Gabe and that's it. Strus. Those two. We don't need them.
But I mean, those guys started.
Nah, we don't need them though. They're not integral pieces.
For negotiating purposes, you do.
But they didn't have that value. They didn't have that much monetary value.
No. What I'm saying, you're supposed to sign them back and then use them as a trade.
Oh, for higher
versus
money.
just letting them go. Now you don't have those pieces as bargaining chips.
They still got.
Like so I would have signed them back 30-30, and then boom, hey, I got Max, I got your tough point guard, I got this, and then I got Hero. Here's these three, give me that.
Well,
You have better
They
negotiation.
still got Lowry, Hero,
Old.
Caleb Martin. They still got picks and leverage and Bam.
Yep.
And the young guy they just picked up.
Jovic and Jaime
That's
Jaquez.
to say, how many people you gonna get with?
All of them gotta go.
Cool.
All of them gotta go.
Now you got 4 players.
Interesting.
Mm,
It's a little flawed, but
now,
interesting.
Here's the thing, guys.
So Gilbert Arenas
They're
basically
loaded. Portland is loaded in the backcourt. As much as everybody knows, the only piece the Heat are willing to give up is Tyler Hero. Unfortunately, that's not what Portland needs. They say they don't really, I don't even know what they want.
They haven't really made it clear
They
what
say
they
want a
want.
superstar or they want draft picks. I mean, they want
We have no definitive parameters from Portland. I don't think Portland knows. I think
not
Portland's
even a superstar, but they want starters. They're
just kind of throwing it into the ether.
Right.
They're not really giving. They're like, come to us and say we want this type of star, and these first-round draft picks, this many draft picks. Make it happen. That's all they have to do, but they won't do it. It's frustrating.
And Portland wasn't going to sign. I don't think Portland's going to try to sign Matt Strus to a $16 million contract.
Well, no. Well, yeah, right. Like I said,
and that's the money that Strus wants.
was going to get.
And
got.
guess what? The Heat are not going to that second tax pay. They don't want to go to that level 2.
That's what complicates.
That complicates
What
a lot.
Gilbert Arenas is saying. He's making it act like the money doesn't exist when it actually does.
It does exist. So that's the reason why. They tried to sign Gabe to a reasonable deal, but Gabe was getting more money from the Lakers. That's why he went to LA.
And he's a Los Angeles.
And he's a California
guy.
kid.
He's from, I wanted to say Oxnard. He's from, I can't remember, but in Southern California. This is the thing. Now, Gilbert Arenas, let's look at the good point that he possibly brings up. You do bring back Gabe Vincent. You do bring back Max Strus. You have a little more firepower, whether it be trading with Portland, which once again, we said they got plenty of guards, but maybe with a third team. Now you can say, okay, if we give you this and this, we can get a draft pick back and we can send this and this and this. Does it give them that much more trade capital if they would have kept Gabe Vincent or Max Strus? I think it just gets you a lot over the tax.
I don't think it gets you over the top.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I think from the jump when Dame said he wants to go to Miami and maybe Portland at first in the beginning, it's like, all right, let's see what Miami has. They looked at the roster. They know they weren't going to get Jimmy. And as much as they want to get Bam, they know Bam's not going anywhere. So therefore, who's the next best player that they have is Tyler. Great. If we're going to rebuild by trading our best player, do we want to bring back money? Do we want to bring back guys who, they're in no position to win in the West right now.
No.
So why would they want to get guys who are making $13 million, $16 million a year?
Because it's going to cost you at least what it cost
if you
the
have,
Cavs. And
right, but think about it. You're going to have Scoot. You have Scoot. You have
Anthony Simons, who you've already signed.
So you don't need Gabe.
Yep, you don't need Gabe. Strus, you could possibly. I mean, Strus is going to cost you a lot of money, but
you just pay Jeremy Grant $33 million.
Right. But they're kind of different players. Jeremy Grant doesn't.
I mean, but you're talking about. I mean, what's Strus? Strus is a forward. There were times Strus played the 3 or the 4. So it was like,
Right. But to say that, and I guess what Gilbert Arenas is trying to put forth is that you knew it was coming. You knew you had to have known. I think he probably knew better than us. You had to know that he was going to demand a trade and he wanted to come to the Heat. Why not stock up on some assets?
Well, it's not that only the Heat. If there were other teams, they would take the other offers. But now that he's the one who said he only wants to come to Miami, that's where it limits Portland. But now Portland is saying that they're not in any rush to do anything unless it's viable to them.
Here's what I say about Gilbert Arenas. Once again, he kind of ignores the fact where the money is going to go and how much over the tax, double tax you're going to be doing also. But also what he's looking at is, I mean, like you said, is Gabe Vincent and Max Strus that valuable of a commodity, at least for the Portland Trailblazers?
I mean, unless you're telling me it's Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Tyler Hero.
That's what they're saying.
The first round pick, right? That's what they were saying.
Well, he just said 3 for 1, but yeah.
And then you're going to have to give me 2 other first round picks?
It's a lot. It's a lot of money too. And then if it doesn't go through, you're up double tax.
Right, and Portland doesn't want to be in no
and you
tax.
have 2 guys that you like, but you weren't in love with, obviously, because you let them go. So,
but Portland doesn't want to be in any tax as well.
Right.
They're getting rid of Dame's contract. Why would they want another? I mean, they have to take somebody else's contract to make the trade work, but they don't. They're already paying one guy $32 million. I don't think they want to pay another guy making 30, because that would mean if you bring in Tyler and Jeremy Grant are making $60 million a year.
Yep.
Combined.
Man. It's a lot, but I really don't think keeping Gabe and Max makes our trade value that much higher for Damian Lillard.
No.
Well, I mean, Gilbert Arenas makes it sound so simple, of course, because he's not in the situation.
And
all you got to do, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Tyler Hero, here's your 3. Give me your Damian Lillard.
And this is where I can side with Heat fans, like our boy. All you got, like Sergey, Richie, Chapo, Marquette. I can side with them on this, where they said all of a sudden now these guys are important. Now Gilbert was not talking about Strus or any of these guys, Gabe Vincent, any of them prior to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden the Heat messed up because they could have used these guys as pieces for the Dame trade. And then there's people like, well, if you trade them, then you're not the same team. Like, what is it then? Can they find these players? Like they've shown you a history of doing and developing these players, or are these players not that good? Like that. Now I get it. This is the one where with the media. And this is the one part with the media I can understand where Heat fans are frustrated, because if these guys were so valuable, why weren't they getting the love before from the media?
Right.
Why? Even after the finals, it was still like, oh yeah.
It wasn't until they left in free agency.
Right, the Heat won.
Offers in the NBA Finals. We're acting like he's the queen of the ball.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Right.
But then they were, you're not gonna win when you got guys offers. But now that's part of the media. That's one half of the media, and the other half of the media is like, oh, these guys are valuable pieces. You could have used them for a trade.
I just don't think it makes the trade that much more valuable, especially at the cost that it was going to cost, because you saw how much that the Cavs paid and you saw how much that the Lakers paid. You would have to at least match that, at least, maybe even more.
And that's the other thing. They were free agents, so they let them become free agents. So then what just ended up happening, all right, Cleveland, you're gonna sign Strus, let's do a trade, let me get something back for it. I don't know if
it was
Gabe
a sign and trade. Yeah,
right,
Gabe I think straight up free agent.
I think Gabe was a straight up free agency, but I think Max signed with Cleveland and it ended up being a sign and trade.
Let's play this game now, Vlad, real quick. Joe Cronin, finally, he's gonna crack. I feel as though he's gonna crack. Realistically, what are the Heat gonna have to give up, in your opinion, or how is this trade going to work out, in your opinion, if it does work out at all? Because I know you're starting.
I think Jaime's out.
Jaime won. Jovic
is definitely gone.
Is Tyler Hero definitely a goner in some way, shape, or form? Whether it's a 3-team trade or not.
Is there a rumor? I don't know if I was Is there a rumor that says Tyler's saying that he might not be going anywhere?
I'm sure. I mean, we've exhausted every rumor in this thing. Like,
put it this way, I don't think Heat fans would be upset with Cronin if he just says, all right, you could keep Hero. We just want Jaime. We want
Jovic,
we want
Duncan Robinson,
I guess they got to take Duncan. No, they're gonna have to take Kyle Lowry
and then 2 first-round picks.
and 2 first-round picks. Because
If
then
I'm a Portland Trailblazers fan, I am furious.
you're not gonna get anything because you got to understand he only wants to go to one place. That's the problem.
I am furious. Not knocking our Heat guys, but Vlad, how do you sell your fan base? 2 guys that have barely played any NBA basketball.
Those are first-round picks.
Another first-round pick there. You don't know where that's going to fall. And then Kyle Lowry.
Well, 2 first-round picks that's going to go
in the
2030s and 2029 and 2030.
And Kyle Lowry?
Well, Kyle Lowry, the contract.
I know, but how do you sell your fan base?
And
that you gave up the most popular player in your team's history.
When the player says he's only going to one place and that's what the other place has to offer. See, if he just said he wants to be traded, then everybody will be willing to trade.
That's why this trade is taking a long time, Vlad.
Right. And like Sergey said, he wants to Cronin wants to establish authority. That's why he's going to stick it out. But sooner or later, it's either you stick it out and don't, and pay that man while he sits at home, or you make a trade and hopefully you get something off the dollar.
Here's what I think eventually comes down. I'll say what I think eventually is going to happen. There's going to be a trade made. Damian Lillard's going to come here to South Florida, and it is going to include Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Nikola Jovic. I don't know, Duncan Robinson or Kyle Lowry, probably Kyle Lowry for the salary, and then those 2 first-round picks. That's the way I see it. And that's why Joe Cronin can go and say, hey, look, and explain, just like I said, 2 guys with all the potential in the world, very young on rookie contracts. We got 2 first-round picks, and we got a salary dump from a guy that has, for the most part, been an upstanding NBA player who's on the back end of his career. We have to it's better than getting nothing and paying all that money. So Joe Cronin can maybe sell you a little bit on that.